As I talked in the very start when we were talking about starting our talk on the cholesterol metabolism, I told you that perhaps one of the most well-known aspect of cholesterol is that it is related with medical diseases, medical-related implications or clinical implications. So, of course, one of them is that the enzymes which are involved in the cholesterol metabolism, they are defective. We have genetic, for example, they have genetic problems. So one of the very relatively rare syndrome, but again very severe one, is the Smith-Lemni-Opitz syndrome, SLOS. It is again autosomal recessive disorders. I have told you that what are autosomal recessive disorders, and I once asked you a question which I have to repeat it again, that why so many of the diseases or disorders are autosomal recessive. This defect leads to the defect in the synthesis of the cholesterol. It is caused by a deficiency of reductase enzyme, the 7-dehydroxycholesterol 7 reductase, because what this enzyme does is that it changes 7-dehydroxycholesterol into cholesterol. So when there's a defect in this enzyme, the cholesterol will not be formed. The associated conditions with this disease are really very severe. The whole, body system, multi-system, mean that different organs are affected, and also then embryonic malformation, that's during process of embryonic development, the malformation occurs. Many of the structures are not well built. Then, of course, when we talk about cholesterol, how it's possible, then we don't talk about the hypercholesterolemia, the increase of cholesterol. It's one of the, I must say, the most well-known disease, which occurs because of metabolic disorders. We, on daily basis, used to listen about drugs which can lead to reduction in the cholesterol, like statin drugs like levostatin, pravastatin, atorvastatin, whether it's atorvastatin, whether it's flavostatin, whether it's levostatin, all of them lead to the decrease in the synthesis of cholesterol. And we know that why we have to do this. There are two reasons. One, of course, more accumulation of cholesterol leads to obesity. But also very important that cholesterol accumulation leads to plaque formation, which leads to diseases of heart or other vascular diseases. Then also a very severe disease is the formation of gallstone, because of what happened actually when cholesterol synthesis exceed the bile synthesis. So bile, more and more bile will solubilize the cholesterol, and it will help in the transportation of cholesterol from one part of the other, and then bile itself also gets excreted. But if the solubilization of the cholesterol is not enough because of the either because of the lack of production of bile salts, or either because of the excessive production of the cholesterol or fatty acids, what will happen that in the gallbladder, the more and more cholesterol will be accumulated, which will eventually lead to the formation of this disease, the gallstones. The gallstones will be formed. One of the reason I have told you, of course, that decrease in bile acids, but also use of fibrates. That's very interesting that people used to use these what we say treatments to reduce their weight or reduce the amount of cholesterol. But at the same time, this leads to the accumulation of triacylglycerols or cholesterol into the gallbladder, which contributes towards the formation of these compounds into the gallbladder and formation of which eventually lead to the gallstone disease.